Oh, no, 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 no. No, I do not think so, mister. Hey there, everyone. My name is Haley, and welcome back to Oracle SMP. So today's episode is going to be absolutely packed with this stuff because there's a lot that I want to get done in this one episode because they're all things that are like really essential to the progress of the rest of the base. And I could split them up between multiple different episodes, but I don't really want to. I want to be able to move on, get to the rest of my base and my island without having to worry about running out of resources all the time. And that's why today we are building 6 different farms. Like, 6 in one episode. I'm not going to reveal quite yet what each of these farms are. You're just going to have to figure them out as we go. But we are going to start off by transporting all of these materials off to the area we are actually going to be building the farms in, because there is a special area for the type of farm that I want to do that we have to go to. And I already have mined out another tunnel for it. And of course it's raining. It rains all the time. But yeah, we're gonna head off. I've calculated out all of the farms that I want to build and how many resources it is going to take to build them, and that is all in this ender chest and then this regular chest right here. So if I go ahead and take these with me, pick up all those items, there we go. Oh, we ran out of room. Uh-oh, there we go, perfect. All right, let's head off towards the area that we are going to go ahead and build. And I will tell you right now, the first farm we are going to make is just a small one. It's going to be a cocoa bean farm. Alright guys, so I am back and we have made it over to the biome that we are going to be using for our different kinds of farms today. And let me give a little bit of a reveal here that we are in a flower forest. Now, if this plus the title of this episode doesn't give away what farms we're going to be doing, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm just gonna say right now that we are going to be building farms for pretty much every single kind of dye in the game, because we're going to be using a lot of colored concrete on our island, and this will definitely help us out with that. And what's even more amazing about this area is that right down here there's a skeleton spawner, so we can make a self-supplying, pretty much, flower farm, because a lot of these use bone meal, and we could just have the bone meal, like, right here, readily available, which I think is pretty awesome. Now, of course, lapis lazuli is what we have to use for blue dye, and there's no way to farm that. And I thought that the blue orchids spawned in this flower forest, but I'm not seeing any anywhere, so we might have to make another one of these in a swamp to be able to get the blue flowers for, I think it's light blue dye or cyan. I'm pretty sure it's light blue. But we can do that another time. Yeah, I'm just seeing like the tulips and whatnot, which kind of sucks because I really was hoping we could just do like all one big farm for all of the different types of flowers, but we might have to do another one like somewhere else to get that blue in there. Or we could just make it with lapis and bone meal, because Lord knows we're going to have plenty of bone meal to go around. So we'll have to see about that. But we're not going to make 2 of these different farms today. We're going to make one big normal flower farm right in this area. And then we're also going to make a cocoa bean farm, a squid farm, and a cactus farm. Plus, the last 2 farms that we were talking about is a skeleton grinder, and then I'm also going to do an AFK fishing farm, just so that while I'm out here AFKing, there's something else that we are doing at the same time. So, those are the 6 farms we are going to be building today, and I'm not going to show a whole lot of progress of me actually building any of them. I just kind of want to zip through them really fast, especially like the grinder and the AFK fishing farm, because you've already seen one AFK fishing farm, and we have our other mob grinder back at our base. So those ones I'll probably just do and then show you the finished result. But as far as the actual dye farms go, we can kind of go through those together. The first one that I'm going to be doing is a cocoa bean farm. So I think we're going to do that over in this kind of open area right here. Might chop down a couple trees here just to get them out of the way. And then the next one that we are going to be doing is, I think I would like to do the cactus farm next, just so that that can be up and running while we are working on the other ones as well, so that we can get that supply of cactus going, because that is going to be the most important color for our island, is that green. So let's go ahead. I'm going to start clearing out a little area here, digging out for the collection area of the cocoa bean farm, and I will get back to you guys once we are ready to go. Alright, so this is the basic setup of what our cocoa bean farm is going to be, and then on each of these dirt blocks we are going to do 6 logs, 6 jungle logs, so that we can put the cocoa beans on them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. And then let's see. Can I still reach up to that top log? I don't think I can actually. So it might have to just be 5. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna have to do. Because I did take a block down here from what the tutorial I used they had the floor on this level where the dirt block is. Mine is not like that because of the collection system that I am using. So, and also, by the way, all of the tutorials that I am following for this will be linked down in the description below. So if you want to build any of these farms yourself, go ahead and check them out down there. Alright, so now, yes, I can reach there. So the way the items are going to be collected is just by water, because unfortunately this is not really an AFK farm. I do have to like replant the cocoa beans every time I harvest them. Oh gosh, man, why are there so many zombies? So because I do have to replant the cocoa beans after I harvest them, this is not an AFK farm, which means I don't really need a huge like storage system for this stuff, because I'm just going to come, and when I need the cocoa beans I'll push a button and harvest them all, and then the items will get flown all down to here and I'll just pick them up right down here at this little collection area. So that's why this thing is not very high tech, and the redstone is actually very, very simple. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that up here. Alright, so this thing is actually completely done already. It doesn't look that great. I can always worry about decorating it later, but since this isn't really part of our island, no one's really going to be seeing this area very much, I figure it's fine the way it is for now. So the way, oh gosh, I did not realize that there was a hole there. Anyway, the way this works is there are the observers up there are wired up to this button down here, and when I push the button, the observers dispense this water out of these dispensers, which then will knock all of the cocoa beans down off of the logs and make them flow right here. So the only thing left to do is go around and plant all of the cocoa beans and then just wait for them to grow. Alright, so the next farm we are going to build is a cactus farm, and we're going to do that right over here. And I am going to go ahead and start digging this area out, and I'll be back with you guys once I've made some progress. Okay, so here is the basic structure of the cactus farm. Again, not very big, not very technical, but it gets the job done. So the last thing that I have to do is put in all the sand, cactus, and glass panes, which is what will be breaking the cactus. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Alright, here we are. This thing is pretty much done. There's a few cactuses in the back row there that I didn't have enough to fill, which I can just kind of grab some from the desert if I need to, or just wait for this thing to start working, which it is technically up and running. All I have to do is wait for the cactuses to grow, and then when they do grow, they will be knocked off or broken by these glass panes here, so it's kind of an endless cycle. Unfortunately, probably some of them will fall into other cactuses next to it, but we still should get a decent amount of drops from this, so that is good. The third farm that I would like to make is actually not a dye farm. I would like to work on the skeleton grinder because we are going to need a lot of bone meal for the main big flower farm. So I would like to get that out of the way so this thing can be up and running in the meantime. Like I said, I'm not going to do a whole lot of on-camera progress of this because it's just a simple grinder. I'm not going to do anything super fancy, just the kind where they fall in the water and then get taken over to a killing system through a series of like tunnels and stuff. That's all it's really going to be. So I'm not going to do too much in the way of showing you guys the progress of this. I'm just going to go ahead and start building basically and show you guys the finished result. Okay, so our skeleton grinder is nearly done, but before I go down there and show you that, I just want to give a little update on these two farms. So this has been working. It's a little slow, but it is definitely working. I think that's probably about half an hour. And then also, we actually had 14. I filled in the last 6 cactuses, so it's not too bad. It's not the best. We could always add a second layer if we felt like it in the future, but I feel like we're going to be AFK over here for a while at a time, so we should get enough cactus green dye in that amount of time. And I have been farming these cocoa beans and replanting them, so I want to see what a fully grown farm is going to get me. So if I push this button, the water comes down, breaks all these off. Unfortunately, some land on the sides, which kind of sucks. I might have to expand this a little tiny bit, but I want to see how much cocoa beans we get. Let's wait for them all. There we go. Wow. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have a problem with cocoa beans anytime soon. Now, if we head down this ladder, I can show you guys the progress on this thing. So I have the storage system in place, and I'm probably going to have to expand this downwards in the future. We only have 4 double chests right now, because this is going to be a fully AFK farm. So we're not going to have to come down here and manually kill the skeletons. It's just going to kill them automatically. And the way we're going to do that is by utilizing the entity cramming feature. And so if there are more than 24 entities in a single block, they will start dying. And the cool thing is, minecarts count as entities, so we can go ahead and just craft up a bunch of minecarts, which of course is going to take a lot of iron, but that's okay. We have enough, I hope. I'll have to do another mining expedition pretty soon, so we can get some more resources, because this has definitely eaten up a lot of them. But the way this will work is these skeletons will spawn, there will be water pushing them down into this like trench here, and then water pushing them down into this hopper where the minecarts are going to be sitting, and then they will get crushed and their items will fall into these chests down here. So I'm going to go ahead and place in all of the minecarts, and then all I will have to do, or actually I think I'm going to do the minecarts last. I need to go in here and place in our water and stuff, which is going to be kind of dangerous because as soon as we do that, things are going to start spawning. So I'm going to first go and break all of the torches along the walls. If I die, I mean, I've already died once during this farming. Oh gosh, no, not ready. That made me seriously jump. Okay, hold on. I'm not quite ready to do this yet, so I'm just spam a whole bunch of torches. Hopefully that'll stop them from spawning for just a moment. But I've already died once during this expedition because I got a phone call, and as soon as I took it, something came and killed me, and I couldn't do anything about it. So luckily I got back and got my stuff in time. It shouldn't be too difficult, but if there's a bunch of skeletons spawning in here as I'm trying to get my stuff, that's going to be a whole different story. So I think I'm actually, just to be safe, going to get, how many buckets do I need to make the infinite water sources? So 1, 2, no, not ready. Not ready. Please leave me alone. 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. Alright, I'm gonna go get 5 water buckets right off the bat. Actually 6, because we need 1 down there too. So instead of having to constantly place and pick up water, I can just go in and place all the water and not have to worry about it. Okay, here it goes. There's no turning back now. Alright. Okay, so far, so decent. Place that there. Okay, thank you. Gosh, get out of my way. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Alright, hold on. I need to take a breather. I need to go kill some animals because I don't have any food left right now. Okay, I have one bucket of water left to place, and I'm sure there are things down here. Yes, okay. Alright, hold up. Let me get my bow out because that will make things quite a lot easier. Okay, there's a lot more of you than I was expecting. Hello. Welcome to the world. You are now dead. Alright, let me run in here, place this, and get the heck out. Alright, and I need to put something right here. There we go. Perfect. I think that's everything. I'm pretty sure that's everything that I needed to do, other than now trying to place in the minecarts and stuff, which is going to be a little more difficult now that things are spawning, but you know what? At least I'm not dead, so I will take it. Alright, with these last few minecarts, this is all of them. So now, if I go ahead and replace these slabs the way they were, and break this block, we should see... Oh, that is not working. Oh, wait. Yes, it is. It's just a delay, I guess. As long as they die, I'm fine with it. I don't care. Hold on, let me try going away, because I think they see me and they're trying to shoot at me, and that's why they're dying. But if they... The minecarts should be working. There are 24 minecarts there. Plus, there's a lot more of them there. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna... This is kind of concerning me. So I'm gonna take these slabs away and put just normal blocks there so that they can't see me anymore. And then I'm gonna kill these guys all off. I know I have made one of these killing systems before and it worked no problem, so I don't really know what the issue is now. Hopefully we can fix it though, because that will be really difficult if this system does not work anymore. So for some reason this is just not working, and I don't know if it's a server issue or if it's an issue with the way I built this. I'm gonna ask some people, because I know someone mentioned something one time about entity cramming on the server, but I don't remember exactly what they said. I know they said someone found a way to fix their mob farm so that entity cramming wouldn't happen, but I just assumed that was like so they could have the mob farm and like just theirs wouldn't entity cram. I don't know what's going on here, so I'm gonna have to just hold off on this until I get a response. We might have to change up this system and use like a magma block or something, but I don't have that with me right now, so we're just gonna move on for a moment to the next farm that we're going to build. Okay, so I just talked to Anthony, and he said that entity cramming was off, but he did turn it back on, so hopefully we shouldn't have any problems now. If we break this block and let all of these skeletons... Yeah, there we go. That's the sound I like to hear. And so we should be getting quite a few bones and stuff. And for some reason, because of the way the hoppers are set up, it splits the stuff up into the top chest and then goes all the way down to the bottom chest. Honestly, I don't really care. I think it looks a lot nicer having all of the chests just like this and not having to worry about the hoppers in the way and everything, so I'm fine with it splitting the items up as long as we get all the items that the farm is producing, which it looks like we are. So if we wait for these guys to come down here, perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. So that means while we're AFKing up here for the other farms, that one will be running as well, constantly generating us some bones and bone meal, most importantly, for our flower farm. Oh goodness gracious, I cannot speak today. But anyway, we are going to move on and work on our squid farm next. So it's recommended that you build squid farms in the desert because that's where the least amount of water is, which means there are more spawnable areas in your farm rather than being outside in the rest of the world. But I decided I don't really feel like running over there all the time, and I want to make sure that it's also being loaded while we are AFKing for the rest of our stuff. So we're just going to build it behind this cactus farm here. I'm going to go ahead and start digging out a space for it, and I guess we're going to have it be like right in this area, which seems fine to me, so hopefully that works for you guys as well. Alright guys, so I have started digging out my squid farm area, and typically adding the water is the last step, but I feel like it's going to be a lot easier if I just do it now, and then I don't really have to worry about it anymore. So that is what I'm going to do, and the way I am going to do this is like so, and I'm going to keep doing that, so that in every single corner piece, kind of, there's going to be, or I mean, every single diagonal piece across here, there's going to be water, and then I break out all of the blocks on this first level, and then it becomes a giant infinite water source. So that's how that's going to work, and I'm going to go ahead and keep going with this. Alright, I think these are the last few grass blocks that are here, and now this should be completely infinite. Yes, it looks like it is. So I'm going to go ahead, put all of these stone bricks back in the ceiling, and break my way back down onto the level I was at previously. And now under, or above this dirt here, we have full water, so that once I am completely done digging this thing out and putting all the redstone and stuff in, we can just break all of this dirt very quickly and easily, and we should have a functioning squid farm. Alright, so we have our big chamber here where the squids are going to be spawning, and now I need to go ahead and place down a bunch of signs all along this layer so that they stop the water from flowing, and then the squids, as they're being pushed down by the flowing water, they will fall down and then they will suffocate, or I guess is what you would call it, and they will die that way. So I'm going to go ahead and place in all of these signs. Okay guys, so I am completely done setting up this squid farm here. Let me explain what I've done here. So in the corners of this room are dispensers with water, which will then push the ink sacs into a center collection area there. And then down here we have our redstone that hooks up the dispensers and that lets them set off. And then this over here is a hopper timer. Sort of, I think it's the same one that is used in my mob farm back at my base, or very similar. And so that controls when the dispensers go off. And then this over here controls how long the water is out. So that's pretty much everything with the system. And also, this is how you get over to where the ink sacs will be collected. And unfortunately I couldn't make this extremely pretty down here because of all the redstone, but that's alright. The last thing that I need to do is break open that dirt, and then hopefully that will be a completed squid farm. So we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. And here it is, completely done, which is unbelievable. Like, I can't believe I actually was able to build this all in one episode, and more other farms, and more to come. So I'm gonna head down and make sure my collection area is working, see if the dirt that fell down there has been picked up. It has. Alright, awesome. Perfect. So that's working just fine. Let's leave this for a little while and work on our next farm. And then we can check and see how that has gone on and if we've gotten any actual ink sacs down there. Alright, and now it is time to do the main event, which is the flower farm. And now this one is by far the most technical farm that we are going to be building today. And we're going to do it right here in this nice natural valley here, so I don't have to dig out as much area for the redstone. So I'm going to prepare this area a little bit, get it nice and ready to go. Okay guys, so this is the area that is prepared now for the flower farm. This is where all the redstone is going to be going, and then there will be a layer of grass up on the same layer that this grass is already at, which is where the flowers will spawn, and then you'll see how this works once it's all built. But I will come back to you guys with a little bit more progress made, or if not that, then when the whole thing is just done, because it's too hard for me to build and talk at the same time, especially redstone, and especially when I'm following a tutorial. So I will be back once there is something else here. Okay guys, so the redstone of the flower farm is actually completely done, and it didn't take me as long as I thought, and it wasn't as difficult as I thought either, but here it is. So it looks kind of complicated, but let me walk you through it before I put the grass on top. So, in each of these dispensers back here is water, and then these will go off and push all of the flowers that get broken. Oh, no, 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 no. No, I do not think so, mister. Oh, that could have been disastrous. Oh man. Okay. Well, I'm glad we avoided that situation. Let me continue explaining here. So, the water will be pushed out of the dispensers, break all the flowers that are on top, and then they will go into these hoppers, which will then land in this chest here. And then that is activated by this button right here, which I'm not going to push because it will totally destroy all of the redstone down here. And then this lever activates the bone meal system and the pistons, which will... So the bone meal goes in here. I'm going to put 3 stacks each in here for now. We're going to need more than that, but this is what I have on me. So that goes in here. And then there's going to be a layer of grass along this whole top part here. And then these dispensers will continuously bone meal the grass, and then the pistons will push it back and forth to break the flowers off. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole system. So I'm going to place in all of the grass up top now, and we can see if this thing works and how much, or how many flowers the 3 stacks of bone meal will get us, because I feel like it's probably quite a bit, but I genuinely have no idea, so I'm excited to find out. Alright guys, so this thing is fully completed, and I have let it run through its 6 stacks of bone meal. So let's go ahead and look in this chest and see what we got. Okay, that's quite a bit. Hopefully we have a lot of orange in the future, but this white tulip is amazing. I wish there was more of the pink. That's like the thing that we really, really needed. So we might have to turn this, this 6 farm episode into a 7 farm episode, because I feel like it would be a good idea to do a farm for these 2 tall flowers, because these ones can be bone mealed directly and you don't have to use this system to do those, and then we would get a good supply of all of the 2 high flower colors. So that'd be pink, magenta, red, and then yellow for sunflowers, which a lot of those colors, or a couple of those colors anyway, are not being produced in there, and then the red and the pink are like the least amount of the colors that are in there, so it's like, I think that would be definitely a great idea. So I'll have to go run back to my base and get a sunflower at some point, but I think I'm going to build one of these tiny little farms right in this area. So this is probably about the easiest farm ever to build, and it's very, very fast and very efficient. So I did just try this out to make sure it was working, and I thought I was recording and I wasn't, but I put 4 stacks of bone meal in here, which is 1 stack per dispenser, and then I popped a single peony down here and then flicked the lever, and then the bone meal dispensed out, and I just waited for it to run out and collected what we got. And it turns out that for each stack of bone meal you get 1 stack of flowers. So this is a very, very, very quick way to get a lot of dye very quickly, especially because this turns into double the amount of dye. So technically this is 8 stacks of pink dye just for like a stack and a little under a half of bones, which I think is amazing, especially considering we now have this skeleton grinder, so we can just AFK over here, do some AFK fishing to get some books and stuff for our shop, which if you missed building that, definitely check out the last episode with Antoine, because we built a really cool shop. So this will be like an extreme multitasking area. I'm gonna have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the squid farm behind that, 6 with the skeleton grinder, and 7 with the AFK fishing farm. 7 farms running all at the same time. Like, how amazing is that? So speaking of the AFK fishing farm, I am going to go ahead and find a good spot for that. I've grabbed my spectator account when I'm about to log in with it to make sure that wherever I choose, this skeleton grinder is being activated. So I'm going to go ahead and build that, and then I would like to kind of see how much of this area has been, or how much stuff we have gotten from all of our farms. So really the only 2 I guess there are 3 farms that are truly AFK farms, and that is the cactus farm, the squid farm, and then the skeleton grinder. The rest of them, the cocoa beans and the 2 different flower ones, I do have to manually like activate. Like I have to activate this one to destroy all the cocoa beans. I have to activate this one to turn on and off the mechanism that moves the grass back and forth. If I were to just leave this here, all of the items would despawn, so I couldn't just leave this running. And then this one, obviously, I have to flip on and off too. So those ones, but these are all very, very fast and efficient ones. So I'm not too worried about those being not AFK-able, I guess you could say, because like look how much cocoa beans we actually get from this thing just from like letting them grow and then pushing a button every once in a while. Like that's crazy. And the same thing with the other flower farms, like they are pretty much self-sufficient. Like you only have to use a little bit of bone meal to get a lot of results. So I am very, very happy with the way these turned out. I'm gonna build my AFK fishing farm, and then really to test how much stuff I can get from my 3 truly AFK farms. We're gonna go AFK probably for a couple hours, and see how that turns out. Okay guys, I am back after my 2-hour long AFK session, and you might wonder where I am right now. I am in my little AFK fishing hut that I made, which keeps me safe from monsters and stuff. But this is it. I made it kind of cute. Or tried to make it sort of decorative. I used note blocks in the walls because one of these note blocks is actually part of the AFK fishing farm, and I just felt like kind of incorporating that into the rest of the building. But this is it, and then right inside is where we have our AFK fishing farm. So let's go ahead and check this first. So let's see if there's anything in here that is like mending. I would be very happy, just because it's always good to have some extra mending books around. I'm not seeing any. No, doesn't look like it, but that's okay. There is a looting 3 in there, or looting 2, oops, but still, that's pretty good. I don't have any looting on my sword. But yeah, so that's good. There's some more stuff we can stock up at the bookshop at spawn. Let's head downstairs next and check on our skeleton grinder, because I feel like this is going to be the most impressive amount of loot from any of our farms because it's just very, very quick. But let's check. Okay, holy crap. That's a lot more than I was expecting. That's amazing. That's really great. And we have a lot of arrows too, which I don't know what we're ever going to do with those. I might have to make like some sort of filter to like dispose of the arrows and only keep the bones, because that's all I really care about, because we can get arrows from the other mob farm back at our base if we need it. Why is there a creeper? What? That's scary. Anyway, we're gonna grab a few stacks of these to use for our the flower farm upstairs. I almost said bone meal farm. That's not correct. Let's go up and check the I guess we'll check the squid farm next, because this one I have found out. I hopped on with my spectator account to make sure everything was running smoothly while I was AFKing, and it turns out that this one really only works when there's no one else online, and there's been people online like popping in and out the whole time I was gone, so I'm not exactly gonna hope for much in this chest, but let's check anyway. Okay, not too bad. We could have gotten more probably if I'd made the farm bigger, or if there was no one else online the whole time that I was AFK, but that's what we got, and I'm sure we'll be AFKing around here a lot more, so we should be okay. Alright, so last but not least, let's check out our cactus farm here. Okay, that's pretty good too. Not the best. Probably we could make this one bigger too, and I think you can actually stack this one as well, so I could think about doing that in the future, but I think for what we're going to need, this is fine, and I'll do a lot more AFKing around here in this area just to make sure that we're getting the best possible, like, I guess, what would you call it, results of all of these farms. The last thing I'm going to do is show you guys what this thing looks like in action, because I never actually did that last time, because the clip that I did record of me actually starting this farm got kind of messed up for whatever reason. So we're going to put in all of this bone meal, and turn this thing on, and I'm gonna let it run until it runs out of bone meal. But this is how this thing looks in action. Like, isn't that so cool? It grows like super quickly and then immediately like fall or gets broken because it's being pushed back and forth super fast. So I think that's pretty great. And then so this was 3 stacks of bones, and let's see what's in here already. So just about these 2 rows are what is in here already. I want to see how much more we can get in the next, or in with 3 stacks of bones. Let's see what that's gonna look like. All right, this thing is all out of bone meal now, so let's look in here. So yeah, we got quite a bit more in that short amount of time with a few stacks of bone meal. I think that worked pretty well. These are all the seeds that I've been filtering out and throwing away because I don't need this many seeds. I probably don't even need any seeds at all right now, and if I do, it's super easy to get them now. So I've just been throwing them all out as they come in. But yeah, stuff is still filtering in through the hoppers. So we still have like a couple stacks of these in here. So I'm very, very happy with the way this turned out. So anyways, guys, this has been a crazy full episode. We built 7 farms. 7. Like how I am amazed at myself for being able to get all of that done without any major problems. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, if you want me to build more farms, please let me know down in the comments. If you have any suggestions for other kinds of farms that I should build, so leave those down in the comments as well. Because this was super fun, and it was kind of interesting to see how much I could really get done in pretty much one day's worth of recording. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you next time.